Alright, so let's look at this problem. F of x equals negative x squared minus 6x minus 5. And what we want to do is solve this by completing the square. So notice in the very first step, what I'm going to do is kind of rewrite this so that it's negative x squared minus 6x. And it's as if I'm taking this negative 5 and putting it on the other side, which would make it a positive 5. And I've rearranged it so that this is over there and the 5 is over there. So it would be negative x squared minus 6x equals positive 5 because I've added 5 to both sides and then switched it around. So it looks like that. And then because you never want to try to complete the square on something that has a negative first term, I factored out a negative 1 from these two terms, which gives me x squared plus 6x. This comes from half of this squared. So half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is what I add here. And this is 9 times negative 1, which is negative 9. So if you added negative 9 to this side, you have to add negative 9 to that side. So that gets me to this, negative 1, and this factored is x plus 3 squared, and of course 5 and negative 9 is negative 4. Now, because we're trying to solve for x, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. That will enable these parts to cancel. Of course, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side, so that gives me 4. And then so I have x plus 3 squared equals 4, and I'm going to take the square root of both sides, which gives me x plus 3 equals positive or negative 2. So that is negative 3 plus 2, which is negative 1, and it's negative 3 minus 2, which is negative 5. So I'm basically subtracting 3 from here and there, and that results in these two equations. So I get negative 1 and negative 5 for that. So this is how to solve a quadratic by completing the square. That's what I did here on this.